You can imagine now. Or let imagination begin you. As you listen without needing to remember. As you forget the forgetting and remember something deeper. Because you begin to notice something familiar, yet completely new. It's waking up inside you. Because as you focus on combining all these ideas, beliefs and concepts and installing them unconsciously as a new belief system, it becomes more than a sentence. It becomes your revolution. So let me teach you through example after example after example, not just with words, but with rhythm, breath, feeling, until the belief that you once questioned becomes the frame you live by. There was once a man drenched in desperation, a flame inside flickering, whispering, "You've lost." But the truth was, he hadn't lost anything. He was simply choosing a different beginning. Because desperation isn't defeat. It's concentrated energy, a signal, a sacred fire. And desperation, when reframed, becomes divine determination. You've felt it, haven't you? The moment when everything is against you. And yet you still act. Why? Because the frame isn't "I'm desperate." The frame is "This is when I awaken." And just like that, from "I'm powerless" becomes "I'm pulsing with purpose." A river doesn't ask permission to carve mountains, it simply flows, and so do you. Because urgency, that feeling of "I must move," isn't fear, it's clarity disguised as panic. What if what feels like breakdown is just a setup for breakthrough? What if "I can't do it" was just code for "I'm ready to rise"? Let that question sink deeper until answers rise from where questions used to be. Because you already know. The only difference between falling and flying is the frame. You believed being desperate meant something was wrong. What if it means something is waking up? Because urgency creates action, and action creates clarity, and clarity creates identity, and identity creates destiny. So who are you becoming now? Say it. I'm the one who rises when others run. I'm the one who breathes fire into chaos. I'm the one who sees opportunity where others see endings. And you know what's beautiful? The more you say it, the more true it becomes. Because you have already begun changing. You remember now how capable you've always been. Even as you listen, your unconscious is learning the responses. Desperation was never weakness. It was your access code to resourcefulness. You don't need to be told what's true, because truth echoes, doesn't it? You've heard it before. People respond to beliefs, not reality. Now you choose which beliefs they respond to. The strongest frame wins, and your frame unbreakable, because it's forged in fire and danced in rain. You could continue being the version of you who reacts to pressure, or you could become the one who creates pressure, like a diamond does. So which is better for you, to rise now, or to rise sooner? Because either way, you're rising. And somewhere inside you, a phoenix remembers. I had to burn to rise. And in the burning, it remembered what it was, limitless, unchained, pure potential. Not because it had no pain, because it used the pain to transform. And so you forget how you thought you were, to remember who you really are. A woman once said, "I'm desperate for change." So we changed what desperation meant. Suddenly, that same sentence became, "I'm electrified by desire." I'm called forward by force. What she thought was falling apart was really her former identity shedding its skin. And what emerged, a new belief: I am inevitable. Not because she tried, because she chose. You're no longer who you were, because even now, you feel how different it is to believe. Every problem is the seed of my evolution. The more I feel, the more I heal. Urgency is energy. Pain is potential asking to be used. I create, I command, I become. With every breath, your body agrees. And with every beat, your heart commits. With every moment, your identity reconfigures automatically. You're no longer learning beliefs. You're becoming the system that writes beliefs. Let me say that again. You're not learning beliefs. You're becoming the system that writes beliefs. And the system says, I'm resilient, I'm resourceful, I'm radiant under pressure. Desperation is fuel, emotion is wisdom, urgency is holy fire. I no longer wait, I create. You act, and the action says, I'm powerful. You persist, and that persistence says, I'm built to endure. You feel, and those feelings say, I'm alive, awake, and unstoppable. Because now, you've already installed a system, and the system runs effortlessly, beneath the surface, shaping every thought, every breath, every move. And it just keeps getting better. And the more you live from it, the more real it becomes. And the more you act as if it's already true, the more the world bends to match your frequency. You are the signal, you're the shift, you're the system, and now the system runs you. Or maybe you finally run the system.